Hello Internet and welcome to a Sounds of Stadia watch-along of Opening Night Live with Geoff Kieghley and his Game Awards team for Gamescom 2020. Thank you for stopping by, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can hear myself. And as you can see, we've already got technical issues with Richie flashing all over the place. He does seem to be doing that, but we'll sort that out as we go. We can see the show starts in 16 minutes, even though they've just had a countdown going for about 15 minutes. But we're going to talk through that and we're going to theorise on it. More importantly, it gives Richie time to sort out his camera as well. And for us to grow the audience in the chat. So hello to everybody who's already here and stopping by. I can see Ashley in the chat as well. A up once again. And Spagley, thanks for stopping by. Richie's in there. Enjoy as well. Thank you very, very much. I, Chris, one of your hosts from the Sounds of Stadia podcast, is joined, as I mentioned, by my lovely man with a flickering camera. The man of many green pixels today. How are you doing,
One
Richie?
big green pixel. It's just one big green pixel today. I'm doing quite well. If anyone in chat knows how to resolve this camera issue, please tell me. I haven't got a clue.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
First thing I did.
Okay. You tried... what else could you try?
I've changed USB ports. I've closed down Discord, re-entered it. Barring getting a different camera, I think I've pretty much exhausted all my options.
Do you have a different camera?
I do not.
Then you can't get a different camera.
Not right now.
Not right now.
I am considering buying a new camera though.
You should do it. You should splash out.
Because this was a cheap webcam I bought just when we first started, like what, 10 months ago. But it's one of them things I've wanted to upgrade for a while, and maybe I get paid tomorrow, I think, so it's probably time.
Well, exciting stuff. It certainly is, especially if it is going to be flashing green the whole time, because I can't stand
Yeah,
that.
it's like, you know when that something almost feels like a bit fated.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about buying a new camera. I've been thinking about wait till payday, and now this is happening.
Well, that's what we get for reacting to non-Stadia specific news, I guess.
I know.
It's going to happen. Is there anything from my end that could be doing it? I guess not really.
No.
I actually suggest try screaming at it.
I'll give that a go 1 sec.
Just put yourself on mute before you do that. Oh, I thought you.
I don't know if it worked.
No, I thought you were going to freeze on like a terrible freeze frame thing.
Just that, well, from my mouth wide open, like.
What if I just disable your video? Does that work for everybody in the chat there?
Yeah.
Just,
you know what you should do? You should put put a chroma key on it, so every time it flashes, it just goes behind me. And just put a picture of me behind the webcam.
Just a static you.
Yeah.
Try leaving and come. Like close your video off and join right back in.
Yeah. Okay. I've turned off my camera. Webcam's fully turned off.
See, if Tom was here, he'd know what to do.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Should give him a call live on.
I am googling it.
But yeah, so as we've said, this guy in the middle of the screen above us, this giant guy with a headband who's talking, he's probably talking about something to do with Opening Night Live. Obviously, Gamescom, usually hosted in Germany. It's in Cologne, right? Is it Cologne it's usually in? Or Köln, or whatever you say it as.
I think at the moment it's everywhere.
Well, yeah, everything's in the internet, as with everything. But yeah, it's usually, I know it's always in Germany, and they have hundreds upon thousands of people attend this thing. It's one of the, if not the biggest gaming convention outside of E3 every year, and obviously everyone's having to make do and switch it back to digital presentations, and that's what we've got today. So we know Geoff Kieghley's already came out, host of the Game Awards. He's already came out and said we're going to get a few updates for certain games. We do know there are some Stadia games in there as well. Chorus is the first one that showed up on my radar when it was revealed, but I think we're getting updates for Fall Guys Season 2, which is obviously the PlayStation Plus game taking the internet by storm. It's an absolute blast if you've not had a chance to play it yet. We're probably going to get a few new game announcements, game reveals, and some teasers alongside it. The teasing us right now with some world premiere content, so we will get to that as well. Emon in the chat, what's up, Emon? Nice to see you stopping by as well, as per usual. It wouldn't be Sounds of Stadia live stream if you weren't in the chat at some point, my friend, so thank you for stopping by as always.
JK says Doom Eternal DLC trailer. Is that confirmed that's going to be there, or just suspected?
That is
it's actually what we're watching right now.
Yeah, good shout, Jay. That is also one of the things. Possibly what we're watching right now, actually.
Yeah.
It would help if we had audio on. Your camera, touch wood, Richie.
Don't say it. Just ignore it.
I didn't. I just acknowledged. Your camera, Richie. You have a camera. Yeah, it definitely looks like Doom.
Yeah.
which we knew about this because it was announced last week.
Actually, I don't think this is Doom.
It's got an axe.
It looks more survival horror, although.
I mean, it is DLC,
unless they're doing
so
something a bit weird.
Something different. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's not
we're going to take the Doom engine, but we're going to make more survival.
It's quantum error.
Yeah.
I also saw your camera flash again.
Oh. This is slightly distracting as well. I've got the stream open, and the stream's actually ahead of the stream I'm watching for Gamescom.
Well, you don't want to be watching that. You want to be tuning in live. You want to be on the 11-minute and 21-second countdown. So speaking of opening night live, Gamescom, obviously we usually get some big reveals. They have big stage presence. Loads of stuff happening there. Any expectations or any wants, desires that you'd like to see? Anyone in the chat, let us know what you'd like to see from this. It's apparently a 2-hour showcase, just short of.
Well, I want to see Stadia stuff outright. So,
of course.
But I want to see a bit more about the PlayStation and Xbox next generation stuff. Because we've had teasers, but I don't think we know huge amounts about it.
No, and they're leaving it late.
Yeah, actually, there's one I heard about PlayStation, which it's not confirmed, but I've heard that they're opening up for pre-orders before they announce the price.
I did see that as well, yeah.
That's not cool, Sony. Imagine that. How do you buy something without knowing how much it costs? It's just ridiculous.
I think it's essentially a pre-order for a pre-order at this point in time. It's pre-ordering to register your interest for a pre-order. But we don't know how many physical numbers they've got built, so this may just be a precautionary double check to make sure.
They've said throughout that the pandemic hasn't affected their production line too much.
But maybe the demand for pre-orders, they're now worried the demand is going to be higher than they can even get out. So, look, there's our good friend Alana Pierce, who we know will win in a fight against Brian Blessed. We don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
But she'd certainly give it a good go. We're definitely sure. Stadia Hunters in the chat, welcome by. Thanks for stopping by as well, JP. And here we go. Opening night live. The counter's gone. Do I feel more disturbed? The counter's gone. Nothing from our end, Richie. Don't panic. Don't think it's our counter. I'm on about the video. We had 10 minutes and now we're getting right down there. So yeah, I think we'll. I don't know. Is Gamescom the type of place that Xbox or PlayStation would want their own stuff? Because they've had their own presentations throughout the summer, as we all know. You and me personally reacted 2 hours to one and then lost the full video, if you recall.
Yep. I mean, we didn't lose the video. You just didn't record it.
Well, yeah. Well, the video never existed. That is a good point. Yeah. So it would be very curious of them to pick this as a platform to talk about it when they could just do their own digital one, right? I
think it'd be a very Stadia move to have announcements here but not tell anyone. To expect anything.
Yeah, that could be the thing. Oh, there he is. There's Geoff in his living room or his bedroom, wherever he's at. A few other.
He's got to be the busiest gamer in the planet right now.
Is he a gamer if he's busy doing all this? He's probably doing too much adult stuff to actually enjoy games.
Probably. But he just seems to be the entire summer, all the announcements and stuff he's been involved in.
Maybe.
And surely he's got the Game Awards to start thinking about for the later in the year as well.
He does have Game Awards to start thinking about. He's already came out yesterday, I think it was, and just reaffirmed that the Game Awards are happening because some people were worried.
Yeah.
With everything going on, they weren't going to host them. It would probably have to definitely take some kind of digital format at this stage.
But I think everything is, and
it is what it is, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing more you can do until the world sorts itself out. Yeah, we know, Ashley. We know.
We're just gonna have to deal with it for today. I've been Googling it while we've been talking, and the best I've got is updated drivers, which are fully updated.
New PC problems.
I wouldn't care. I used it for work earlier and it was fine.
What happens if you video call in from your lovely Google Pixel XL?
Could do that. Not sure how it would work with the microphone.
It would just be
the audio would be crap then.
Let's. I was going to say let the chat vote. Would you want the green flicker or do you want the pixel visuals?
I think you should just do like a chroma key on my video and just put an image of behind me.
I'm not Tom, Richie. I'm not Tom. I can't.
That's not that hard.
So what I'd need to do is essentially find right now a picture of Richie.
Yeah. Just take one.
Richie. Just take one. Oh no, I'm blocking everything now. I probably have a picture of you somewhere.
Oh God, yeah, but you've probably got loads.
Many screenshots of your face. Thing is, I'm limited to screens now. That's the problem. I'm limited to space and where I can move around to get stuff.
That's true.
Don't want to go too far. Because then you just get a static image. You'd be like, the guy on the right isn't moving. It's like, yeah, he's a static image. Just Richie's face. So we're about to probably get started, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Getting there, yeah.
Yeah, the countdown must be getting on. And we will have audio, by the way, for the main show. For everyone who's stopping by. If you are new to the channel and you're just joining us for the opening night live of Gamescom, we do bring you a weekly podcast every week. Myself, Richie, and our lovely co-host Tom bring you the Sounds of Stadia podcast, in fact, where we wrap up and condense all of the weekly gaming and Stadia news into a 1 hour or so show where we talk, we theorise, we discuss the good and the bad, and we balance that all out and give our 3 opinions, of course, about this wonderful upcoming cloud platform that probably all of you watching took part in somewhere down the line. We also have post shows where we talk about random gaming stuff as well, not necessarily Stadia specific. And off the side of that, we do Let's Plays, live streams. This Thursday, in fact, we're not doing a live stream. We're going to react to this Gamescom showcase.
It is this Thursday right now.
It is.
You're
indeed.
here. You're already here.
You are. You're taking part. You're participating right now. And we have other streams up, Let's Plays and such. Richie played through Lost Words Beyond the Page. I'm currently painstakingly digging through Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. We've got loads of exciting stuff lined up for not only our birthday, our year anniversary, but also Stadia's anniversary. So keep tuned, keep it locked. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And first up right now, it looks like we've got a sneak peek at Dirt 5. I believe Dirt is coming to Stadia. It's just not coming day and date, if I recall. We did get that confirmed. Because it's Codemasters, if I'm not mistaken, and they've already got a couple of games out on Stadia.
I think that's what we're going to see probably a lot of that for the next few years, where things are almost day and date, but not quite. Just because we've talked about it in the podcast, the user base in Stadia isn't comparable to like PlayStation, Xbox right now, which means they're going to prioritize getting things out for and optimize for them consoles, and then deal with Stadia secondary.
That is true, but it's also not good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But you have to think from the developer's point of view. They only have so many people, so much resources, and they've got another platform now to get this optimized for.
True, but still, money talks. So, just pay the money.
The bigger Stadia gets, the less they'll see of it.
Yeah, less and less. We are getting some big games that actually come up this week. I'm getting super excited for Avengers. There was a CG trailer dropped earlier on today for it, and looks great. Looks amazing fun, getting me a bit more hype for it. And it was great to learn this week. We'll talk about it on the podcast, obviously, but Stadia are getting Avengers early, 3 days early, along with the deluxe pre-order edition. So essentially, if you pre-order the deluxe edition on PlayStation, Xbox, you got 3 days early access. Obviously, Stadia doesn't do pre-orders. There you go, Stadia logo. Boom, we've got our first one.
Yeah.
It is coming. Maybe not day and date.
Wait a sec. Are we watching an event here where Stadia's turned up?
I mean, the event hasn't started, but yeah. Dan's in the chat. Hi, Dan. Little tortilla boy also there. Sup, indeed.
Sup, guys.
Richie, before this kicks off in 2 minutes 45, do you want to just try and bounce out and jump back in just to try and fix this green glitch? Because if it annoys me half as much as it annoys people in the chat, then...
I'll give it a go. If it gets too bad, I'll just switch off my camera and you'd have to listen to me.
Oh, no. And just your voice is gone. Hi, everyone. Just me, Chris. Sounds of Stadia team here to watch Gamescom with all of you. Thanks for stopping by, otherwise I may have been on my own. But OBS, Tom's in the chat as well. Thanks for stopping by. Big whoop for gaming indeed. Carl's top 10 reasons to be excited for Gamescom. Mysterious PlayStation 5 exclusive. This is what we need for Richie. Just words on the screen. He could just dictate to us. Right, we'll jump in. We'll put some audio on this, just so that you can watch.
We have one final world premiere trailer to show off, and this trailer is an announcement of a Switch version of a popular game from 2018 that can only be described as Dinosaursy. Enjoy.
Dino Crisis. Give us Dino Crisis. No, that's not going to be Dino Crisis. Turok. Jurassic World.
I think that things are going to turn out
Jurassic
differently.
World Evolution.
Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were
Jurassic World Evolution
and control. Well, here's the thing.
Jurassic World Evolution on the Switch.
For it.
Great game.
We
Got the
are
Platinum
seduced
Trophy.
by it.
It is Jeff
But we
Goldblum
never
who
really
doesn't love
possess
that.
it.
Although I would be tempted to get on the Switch. Again, it would be great with Stadia because you'd have the mouse and keyboard crossover combination with the controller to just play how you choose.
And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the power of what we're up against.
Now, we mentioned this before, when the video's playing, I can barely hear you.
Okay.
That's not your fault.
To shout.
You may have to shout, yeah. I can try and bring the audio down a smidge. Chat, let us know how the audio does sound.
Yeah, you want the audio so you can hear it clearly, but you can hear me as well.
Although your audio,
That's it.
interesting
That's
enough,
all
sounds
we have
really,
for you
really
in this
tinny
very
all of a sudden.
pre-show. Please be excited for the actual opening night live, in which you'll see some Destiny 2, you'll see Fall Guys Season 2, you'll
thanks,
see
Dan.
Black
Yeah, we're
Ops
probably
Cold
not
War,
planning on talking
that mysterious
overly.
PlayStation
We'll give it
5
just a
demo,
bit of,
some things we've probably never heard of before. I think it's going to be a very good show. I'm personally excited about it. Me.
There you go. That
I
sounds
should thank
much
you
better.
actually for putting up with my nonsense for the
I
last
switched
20
to the web
minutes. It
version,
is
so I changed my
appreciated.
microphone.
But seriously, enjoy
There
the
you
show.
go. Yeah, we sorted it. Little talk to you, boy.
I think it was coming from a webcam.
Goddamn webcam mics. Why do they exist, right?
To take control of our world.
I really
When
don't
we
know.
feel
Apart,
out of
like,
place,
I guess we were talking about in the pre-show, like,
and
for
divided, there are always
like budget ones, like
Do we
work
have
use
what
is
it
fine,
takes?
but if you're paying quite a bit of money for webcam, why do you want a microphone and buy a microphone?
Yeah, you think
Tonight,
but
we bring
again,
the world
bundled all in
together.
is helpful.
You're with us now.
We
Little
celebrate
Nightmares
who we
2,
are
JP recommends. I have to definitely see Little Nightmares. I mean, we've got
And
the first
what we
one,
are.
so that's
I haven't played it
every
yet.
step of the way.
Debbie
The
neither. I was
future
saving it for
of
Halloween.
gaming.
Getting that spooky
Welcome to
mood.
Yeah, Halloween
Gamescom.
stream.
Opening Night Live.
Here we go. Gamescom. Opening Night Live. Watch along. Let's go, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Geoff Kieghley, and welcome to
Yes, Jeff.
Gamescom.
I think I'm about 10
Opening
seconds
Night
behind you,
Live
so it's going to be an entire
2020.
evening
Now,
of you
this year,
spoiling
Gamescom
everything
is,
for
of
me.
course, a little
Good.
different than
Kinda like
normal,
it.
and I hope all of you
Yeah.
and your families are safe and healthy at home.
He's
in
got legs
2020,
still.
games have comforted and
not
connected
seen
us
his
more
legs
than
in
ever.
months.
And with the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are
photoshopped in,
only
Chris.
going to get better.
Maybe.
Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase filled with more than 35 games to kick off Gamescom 2020.
I haven't seen
Tonight,
the
you'll get
TV
a
spot
first
yet,
look at Fall
but I
Guys
will be watching it
Season
before the
2
podcast.
and an extended gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers, and publishers who have worked under challenging circumstances to keep us entertained. This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane expectations. I hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first game with a game
like
that was
that.
just announced yesterday, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And joining me is Dan Vondrack from Raven to tell us about the game and give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Good,
See the
Jeff.
video
Thanks for
for
having
Call
me
of
here.
Duty
This has
trailers already pulled in
been a
China
dream
for
project for us to
Tiananmen
work
Square
on from
references in it.
nearly the beginning of development. We knew Black Ops Cold War was going to be
Yeah,
a
I'm
direct
not
sequel to
surprised by
Black
that.
Ops 1, and
I'm
we
surprised it's
loved
even
the
allowed in
idea
China,
of
full
returning to
stop.
the pillars. built the Black Ops franchise, deniable operations, conspiracy grounded in history,
where do you
and
sit
that
on
shadowy
the Call
world
of Duty
of paranoia.
bandwagon, Richie?
And
you kind
we
of
get
fell
to
out of
mix
love
all
with the
those together,
franchise.
drop the player into the 1980s at the height of the Cold War.
Yeah,
and it's really something
I
that
really
we know
liked it in the earlier days with Modern
relevant to
Warfare
today,
and
and also uniquely Black
but
Ops.
It just got very
you start playing with
samey
Black
for me.
Ops, everyone
And
wants to know characters.
I'm not a big
we saw
multiplayer
yesterday
guy,
in the
so
reveal trailers.
but they
You know,
stopped,
some
they
familiar
seemingly
faces.
stopped caring as much about the
Woods,
single
Mason,
player
like break it
story
down.
and just
How
got
does this fit into the Black
bit
Ops canon? You said it's a
disjointed
direct
and-
sequel, so are we going to see a lot
yeah,
of
just
familiar
lost
faces?
interest.
Obviously, similar kind of vein. Like used to,
Yeah.
as a young
Yeah,
lad,
part
used
of
to
the
enjoy
fun
the
making this
multiplayer
game was
online.
bringing back
Absolutely
the
tons, had
iconic
an
characters
absolute
like
whale of
Woods
a
and
time with
Hudson
it.
and Mason.
But as time's
And
gone
seeing
on, the
all those
multiplayer
personalities
lobbies
mixed
and
with
just
some
I
of the
don't
new
know if it's my
characters.
reaction
So the
time
campaign
slowly
takes place in
fell off. But again, I always
and
played them
we
for the campaign, and I think
that
once
we've
the
been able to have
story's got
so
a
many
bit
connections to the original
crazier.
Black Ops and really be
Yeah.
that
I
direct
played
sequel to the game.
the remaster
Now, one
of
thing
Modern
that I'm really
Warfare
excited about this
when
is
that came out
you're
on PlayStation.
pushing the storytelling
it
kind
was
of
a
in a new
PS Plus
direction
game, I
with
think.
some
Yeah, it was, yeah.
branches
And
some
I really enjoyed
options
it.
about how you play
I
through the
almost got the
campaign. Can you maybe
platinum,
walk
but
us through your thinking
I
there?
think there's like 1 or 2 trophies that are just absolutely horrible.
One of the driving
that training
forces
mission?
from early in
You've
development
got
was
to
to say,
finish
let's
the
take
training
this
mission
Black Ops
in under
thrill
like
ride
10
and
seconds, and
infuse it with
it's
some
nigh
player
on
It's
choice and
ridiculous.
some player freedom. Anything
Although
that
I
can do to
spent
give
two,
the
I
player a
spent
little
2
more
evenings
ownership
trying
over
to do
their
it and just give
experience.
up.
So that
Yeah, I
starts
don't
with
blame you.
allowing the player to create their own
But
character.
yeah,
for
what's
the
great
Cold War
excited about this one
campaign.
is they've
They
said
can
the
name them
campaign
and
is
pick a
back and it
military
takes across
background and really
stages from
pretend
like
they are
Vietnam
that
all the way
Black Ops
to the
soldier
Cold
that they
War.
want to be.
And it is a
From there, we
continuation
wanted
of
to
Black
take
Ops,
some
if
of
I
our
recall.
missions and infuse optional
does pick up with,
objectives,
I think you
multiple
do play as
paths, and
Mason
some
from
player
the original
choice
Black
moments
Ops.
inside some of those missions, and it was fun to find
I
that
kind of
balance
think
between the hard driving Call
Call
of
of
Duty
Duty
action
could
and
do
these more
with
non-linear experiences
almost
inside
fracturing
some of
itself
the
in half
missions.
and have the multiplayer as
with
one
choice
game and the single
comes
player
the
as a
player
different
wanting
game.
to feel that impact. So some
you
of those
don't have
choices
to bring
earlier
out a
in the
game every single
and some
year.
towards the end will
I
actually
think that's one of
shape
the
ending of the
reasons where you get a bit
narrative of the
fatigued. Like, that's
campaign.
what the problem I had with
multiple
Assassin's Creed
endings
in
to
the
this game.
past. Where
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
try
That's
to
that was one
force
of
a
the big
game out
things for
every
us.
year.
It's like we
I know they've got
love that
multiple
Black Ops
studios
has always been
working on
willing
it,
to
but
take risks, and we all know they did
Yeah,
some of
just
this in Black
bang
Ops
out
2, and
there's
with
that
our
fatigue.
story and with these
They'll talk
features,
to
they
you
love
about
playing
saying it's part of the
homage
camp.
to those early
Doesn't
Black Ops
care about
games.
Call of Duty, but you
Oh, yeah, I
understand
remember the
importance of
numbers.
Call
All
of
right.
Stadia.
Well,
Like the
Dan,
impact it
we
could
are
have.
excited to see more of it. I know
Yeah, we're the same,
multiplayer
yeah.
reveal is
I'm not-
coming in September.
I think I'd be
but,
more inclined to
since
buy
you got
it
a
if it came
Switch
to
there, maybe you
Stadia.
could flip the switch on something
I
exclusive.
mean, if you look at
Just
Warzone
because-
with the patch updates,
Yeah, absolutely.
I have
This
to
is really
delete half my
exciting, 'cause this will be the
PlayStation,
first time this
hard drive just if
outside
it
the
was
walls
on
of the development
sometimes.
studio. This is the scene
Whereas
from
Stadia
early
really
in the
gives
game,
you those,
and it's
like,
a
more-
50
that's-
point.
I like
really shows the narrative
I like
of the
Stadia
world,
for
shows
multiplayer
this
games
threat that our
because
heroes
it
are going to be
doesn't take
battling.
up
So
the
let's
hard
take a
drive
look.
space to have the games there, so you can just leave all your multiplayer games just there.
There you go, world premiere. I blame Xbox for me saying world
1943.
premiere. They're really deep voice all the time now.
Detailed information from the Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos by the Russian spy known as Perseus. 1968, the Vietnam War. Viet Cong soldiers, orchestrated by Perseus, attempted to steal an American-made nuclear bomb from a U.S. firebase. 5 days ago, while on a mission, we acquired intel that Perseus is in play again and planning an attack on the West. Perseus. The CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to the free world.
Mr. Hudson, we're all aware of Perseus. We're also aware he's more myth than fact. I mean, personally, I think he's nothing more than the Russian boogeyman.
General Haig, allow me to introduce the man best suited to respond to that. CIA clandestine special officer Russell Adler. He's one of the few people who even come close to capturing Perseus.
Mr. Adler, why should we take this Perseus threat seriously?
You don't have to, sir.
Yeah, then a lot of innocent people are gonna die. Why do you say that?
Sir.
Every time Perseus has come into play, it's shifted the balance of the Cold War. After 13 years of silence, if he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something that will affect the free world.
How did they get the image likeness?
Mr. President.
The president's just by default of the public
President,
domain.
this is Jason Hudson and Russell.
I know their
Probably,
names.
maybe. I don't know.
What do you think
it might
approved
literally
their
just be
last
that.
mission?
It's the most detailed Reagan I've seen ever.
Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal. If the press gets a
What the hell are
I
you
think it
talking
probably
about?
is. Like,
You know who we are? Every mission we go on
once
is
you've been
illegal.
present, you like
Sergeant
this is
Woods,
probably public domain.
plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Well, I'd be interested
We're
where it
talking
sits
about
in terms
preventing
of
an
like
attack on the
fictional
free men and
stories
women of the world.
like this. If he's
Give
about to like
Mr.
declare
Adler
war or
whatever he
something.
wants. Gentlemen, you've been
I don't think they care for continuity between games, to be honest.
I mean, just from a legal standpoint.
Maybe
it's
within
one-
the
it's
Black
one
Ops
thing-
story
There
they
is
do.
no
but-
higher duty.
Which means it's one
There
thing
is
using
no
us like
higher
this, but
honor.
then using it to tell a story of
And while
potential
few people will know of your
secret missions
struggles,
that kill people. and
rest
stuff.
assured, the entire free world
For all we know, Reagan
will
could just be
benefit.
taking a paycheck from Activision.
I know
It's
you won't
more
fail.
caps.
Activision, I'm sure they've had the lawyers like checking over every detail of the story for controversy and stuff, and they're prepared for anything that might come at them.
Potentially. Oh, like I said, Reagan could just be there in his mocap bobble suit doing all this legit. He's a voice actor now. I mean, he was an actor before, right? Before he was president. I mean, it's
Yeah, I think he was.
not that we know. I'm thinking of like, I'm sure there's a Family Guy or Simpsons joke when they say Ronald Reagan's president, they say the actor. Then again, Donald Trump wasn't.
Haruna struggles to understand her
Yeah, he was an
mysterious
actor.
innate
there
abilities
you go then.
to manipulate the
Now
unseen.
he's a voice actor in
Check
Holiday.
out this first look.
Oh, where we got Awakening, Unknown Awakening. Well, premiere. Here we go. Let's get some games.
Unknown 9 Awakening.
I didn't see the 9. Did you see what's going to happen, Prince of Persia style almost?
Maybe it's like an echo of the past or something.
Or the future. It's that guy, look, he's about to hit her with a stick. Yeah, look.
Alright, I'm with you.
She's like Flash.
She's very fast.
Oh no, no.
Maybe she can manipulate time. So she's not actually fast, just everyone else gets slowed down.
What did she hide behind the brick? Maybe is this Bernard's watch?
Could be.
The return of the children's TV show Bernard's Watch. Oh no, 9. Believe in the unknown. Coming to PC and next generation consoles. We'll take that one, won't we, for Stadia?
You get Illuminati vibes from like the unknown, the logo.
All right, let's get to the gameplay. One of this year's
Here we
biggest
go.
games has been Doom Eternal. Tonight, we've got an exclusive first look at the campaign expansion called The Ancient Gods Part 1. Check this out.
It feels like Doom Eternal was a big game, but kind of came and went a bit.
Yeah, I feel like Animal Crossing had more staying power than Doom Eternal in like the public consciousness.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Animal Crossing is still a bit of a thing. I'm sure there is people still playing Doom, but
Oh yeah.
I suppose it's because it is predominantly a single player game.
Well, let's see if the DLC rejuvenates it. But again, another Stadia game. So you can download and play the DLC.
Yeah.
No updates, no downloads, no patches. Just jump in and play it the second it's released.
Maybe one day I'll go back to it. So I only played just under 2 hours.
You'd be in the mood for Doom.
Yeah, and it just wasn't when it came out. I was excited for it, got it, and then when I sat down to play, I just was not in the mood. So I ended up refunding it. Little Tortilla Boy was seeing Call of Duty. Was it Unknown 9? Which looks a bit time travel-y trippy.
Yeah,
And now
Unknown 9.
Dip.
Yeah, not much, basically. Not much at all. October, not far away. Oh, did you catch a logo there? In the delay.
I didn't. I'm behind you anyway, so...
That's what I'm saying. Did you catch it? I missed it because it was so quick.
Studio, BioWare.
Yep, Stadia logo's there.
Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world a little taste of what's next.
Sweet.
Casey, over to you.
Hey, Geoff. It's great to see you again. You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014 Game Awards, accepting the Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age.
Anthem was the most disappointing game ever for me.
They're still working on it, right?
To give you the very first look.
It's supposed to be doing
but this is this awesome studio known for the single-player, story-driven narratives, and let's make an online multiplayer game. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He wants what he gets. Gets what he wants.
I've been at BioWare for a really long time, so I've got to see it grow up and turn
the
from
concept of the world seemed pretty cool, but I was like,
more than 300 people.
This is not what I want from BioWare.
There's amazing people in the industry.
There's
bringing us amazing stories to be told with other people.
I love that character so
Dragon Age. Maybe.
We're very experimental here at BioWare, so we're always coming up with new stuff.
We're always trying to improve.
Apparently, Anthem was only made in 9 months. I mean, there's your problem right there.
The world of Dragon Age really has got it all.
It's talking Dragon Age, so
it's got frontier.
Either a remaster.
Well, we know he's one in the works.
It's got hard-boiled detective
He's one definitely in the works. It announced it was at E3 a year ago.
Setting.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Dragon Age to me is a wonderful world to play in.
Game of the Year when it came out, right?
I'm really excited about the future of Dragon Age.
Dragon Age 3 was, Dragon Age 1 was, Dragon Age 2 was shit.
Original wildlife, original
Dragon Age 1 is one of my favorite games of all time.
That makes it fun to explore and discover.
I was a bit disappointed that they moved away from the Grey Warden story with the sequels.
And interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces.
Actually, going back to Anthem made in 9 months. Dragon Age 2 was made in like 9 months as well. So you think EA would have learned?
What happens when you don't have power?
You think. While we're talking as well, the Dead 5 Playgrounds trailer dropped for Stadia as well.
The issues.
The things that you can expect in the next installment are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make.
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
We want characters to either be loved or hated. One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part wants to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare and EA has been one of the forerunners in using motion magic technology, and that makes it way more realistic when you're looking at the characters and the way they walk and move and interact in the world.
Players want that suspension of disbelief that this wonderful collection
BioWare
of
in
digital
a bit of a low ebb at the moment. A new Dragon Age game could really pull them back up if it's done well.
That's the good kind of rumble.
And considering it's probably been in the works for a number of years,
I help with the creature design team as well.
It could do very, very good.
You have to go up against.
Nobody dies on my watch. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't followed by Anthem.
Choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party member dies. And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore
a lot more. KOTOR 3. I'd rather see them remake the original KOTOR first.
A fantastic opportunity.
It's been so long since KOTOR. If you're going to remake it, next gen's the time.
I, who hasn't played them but is a massive Star Wars fan. Yeah,
next up, it's time for something special.
Oh, yeah. Back to the Future? What?
Great Scott!
Okay.
I think there's
that music just puts a smile on your face.
Wow, wait, you're, what's his name? Back to the Future?
Doc Brown.
This is a VR game. This should be, I hope this is a VR game.
I'm certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you doing here?
I did come back from the future to this precise moment. on August 27th, 2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
Oh, what a waste.
In the mid-20th century, some friends of mine from Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility, otherwise known as the Surgeon Simulator Training Program. Now, 7 years later,
that's not disappointing to say the least.
It's unbelievable.
It feels like the developers at Surgeon Simulator.
That feels like, how can we tack on Back to the Future to Surgeon Simulator?
And it's available as of... Scott!
I think that might be in the quickest moment. I went from really hyped to just crushed.
A few examples of some of the...
It's available now if anyone wants to go check out. Not Back to the Future game, Surgeon Simulator 2.
I mean, Surgeon Simulator 2, it's probably a fine game, but you tease me with a Back to the Future game.
Speaking of time, I'm off to another world premiere, Avengers 26.
Jeff needs to have a think about where he's standing. His shoes might catch fire.
Opening 2077.
You heard it here, 2077, Avengers 26, Return of the Son of Thanos. That's what he's off to now.
Doctor's orders.
Wow. Yeah. Crushingly disappointed by that, unfortunately.
So either he's a massive fan of Surgeon Simulator, or they paid him a shit ton of money for that.
It could be one of those, you know, the apps where you can get your favourite celebrity and pay them like 100 quid to send you a birthday greeting, or like thank you. It's like the message Christopher Lloyd said, could we please have you just announce this game? Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, Surgeon Simulator in VR is loads of crazy fun, but...
I've never played it, but I can see how it's fun, but...
Available now on the Epic Store.
I was hoping for...
Yeah.
When I was hoping like a Back to the Future VR game would have been awesome.
Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator, only on Opening Night Live. All right, well, if you thought that crossover was kind of crazy, wait until you get a load of this next game announcement.
Letdown.
I don't think anyone probably saw coming. Check this out.
Anything they show me now, I'm not going to believe until I see the end of it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's such an obscure way of announcing a game.
Oh look, it's the bridge from Back to the Future.
Yeah. Let's get this beloved franchise and tack it onto something that's completely not related to it at all.
Yeah. This looks PUBG-esque. Just because he's got a backpack on, basically. That's my assumption on that one.
Could be. It looks like it's going to be like one of them like trailers where they show like a load of real world people like emulating the game, and then it drops into the game later.
It's like mobile gameplay. Oh, is it Death by Daylight? You got to start up the... Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing with this? He's gone through hell to play on his laptop.
Just get Stadia and play on your phone, mate.
I mean, if the world's in this state of disrepair, would he have internet?
Don't know if the world's in a state of disrepair. He just lives in a shit area.
It's like Bridge Simulator or something. Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead. Wow. Ugh. Okay.
I mean, they're going for the obscure stuff here.
Certainly obscure.
No Stadia logo.
Remember when the Portal logo, Portal Bridge
Tonight is just the start of
out?
Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days,
You're
there
right,
are
JP,
more
we're being
streams
trolled
from
heavy by these.
Media with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest,
like, wow, exactly what I've always wanted.
Just for Gamescom. Your portal.
Hey, someone out there.
Things Gamescom this year
games for everyone, right?
Now,
I mean, you said what was 35 games. There's going to be some misses in there.
Game more about later on IGN's post show is this one: a return of 2 classic characters that I love. Check this out.
In a world gone strange.
What in the hell is that?
One elite force stands against the darkness.
In a world gone strange.
Oh,
But
it's
even they could use
the
some
detective.
help.
It's the dog and
Here,
the.
slip on this little beauty for effect.
Sam, I'm blind. Oh,
Sam and someone. I can't remember that.
Sam
I think
and
it's
Max?
Yeah, Sam and Max. Was it a LucasArts game?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Way back when. It was like a point-and-click adventure, wasn't it?
The return of Sam and Max.
I can't remember, to be honest.
And now it's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host for ONL from IGN. Please say hello.
Was it announced earlier in the year or something?
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, everyone? I'm Sydney Goodman, and I am thrilled to be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about
Do you feel like that trailer just kind of went,
in this year's activities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations. Like I said, IGN is going to be here for all Gamescom with great shows such as the Gamescom Studio.
I don't know
where you can find
why
me
that
and my
award was here or
co-hosts
what
for
it
all day
was
long
for.
games content, interviews,
I know what it was
dev
for.
talks,
I mean,
and more.
why was there a random
Plus,
award?
we have Gamescom Awesome Indies, the show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th
Is it
at
common
7
for
p.m.
Gamescom to
Central
hand out
European
awards for
time,
the
so
night?
be sure to tune in for more announcements
She said
and
I've got
special
an award.
guests.
Best
And
I mean,
now,
Geoff
let's go
Kieghley's
back
a
to Jeff
Game
for
Awards
our
guy.
next big world premiere.
Either way, world premiere.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sid. We are so excited to see what's in the Gamescom studio and also Awesome Indies. And I'm going to be on the Daily Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that. All right, well, on to our next game. In the next World of Warcraft expansion, players will journey beyond the mortal world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot
I did
before.
jump in
the Shadowlands,
briefly,
the afterlife
not
of
long
an
ago.
entire Warcraft universe.
I bounced fairly quick.
Realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different factions, known as covenants, each holding dominion over a different aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part of one of these covenants when they cross over into the Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you a closer look at the noble and pure
if this comes to Stadia,
from the realm of Bastion, who are charged with carrying the
that'll be a
souls of the
huge
dead
get.
into the beyond. So sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called Afterlives. Enjoy.
There's a lot of words there that confuse me. Bastion, Afterlife, animated shorts, Blizzard.
Okay.
Are you going to feed into the Shadowlands stuff, or...?
Yeah, it's probably providing backstory. It's an interesting way of providing backstory. I know Square did it with Final Fantasy 15. They released a handful of shorts centered around each of the characters as anime. It was pretty cool.
Light, save my soul.
Okay, that's Frostmourne.
I was going to say, I recognise that sword. The last World of Warcraft
it's
the third RTS version.
Yeah.
Which it was part of.
Well,
right?
yeah, Arthur's gets Frostmourne and becomes the Lich King. So it's a pretty big deal.
Welcome to Bastion.
Okay.
You led a truly selfless
Bring him back over.
life, and for that,
He's Arthur's mentor guy.
Chosen.
It's like Gandalf getting reborn.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of a big deal in the Paladins before Arthur's destroyed Lordaeron.
Alright, so him coming back's quite important.
Yeah, again, big deal.
Nice.
I serve the light.
I'm not up to date in my Warcraft lore, but
is not done. There is an evil that must be.
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the maw long ago.
You're wrong.
It might be the same voice actor as well, actually.
My home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire is justice.
Deimos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go.
From Power Rangers,
he continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns
That's
you?
very... Ufa's sounding a lot like Arthas right now.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Deimos. Unlike any soul I have seen.
Like Arthur's kind of deal was he kind of kept giving into his emotions and got pretty destructive to like stop the plague, and that kind of led him down the path of darkness, where Uther was the one always counseling against it.
In time, he will forget.
Is he the one who could turn into a bird?
Trust the path.
No. That's Medivh, I think he was called.
Deimos. How long must we train?
I thought that was awesome when he used to try and escape from battle whenever the health would be so low. He's just like, right, I'm out.
What
Changing to a
is
bird.
keeping me from ascension?
Nothing.
Warcraft 3 was awesome. Such a great game. They need to bring back. They need a Warcraft 4.
Yeah, that's the reason. Like the whole
it can be a
world
side
of
thing.
Warcraft, yeah, just like didn't grasp me because it was such a different game from what I'd enjoyed. Totally took a totally different direction. Obviously for the better. I'm sure no one at Blizzard's regretting that decision, but he was big move.
They've done quite well by it.
Us all.
I wish Blizzard would actually make more games.
Yeah.
Like, because they've got some amazing IP that they barely use.
There you go. There's his death.
Yeah.
The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand.
Part of his soul's probably been stuck in Frostmourne.
Impossible. The Maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his
They're
life,
basically
we never
discussing
would have known
godly
of
powers
this
being on
calamity.
Earth where they shouldn't
The
be allowed to
path
take it.
Yeah.
is flawed.
Yeah.
The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon.
I mean, they're quite late to the party, to be honest, to learn this.
Yeah, if they are in fact gods.
Command,
yeah.
Archon.
Makes for an interesting premise, though.
Yeah.
Their wings are awesome.
It adds more lore to like what the Lich King is, where he gets his power from as well.
I thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself.
So I wonder if they're going to bring back Arthas as well.
Wings. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to bring back Arthas, because I killed him.
The moment he
one of my crowning achievements during my World of Warcraft days was completing ICC.
Recognise them knee braces.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Make quite a cool Netflix show, this.
Yeah. I did make a very good movie though, which was a shame because it's got such a deep, rich lore. It's always annoying when you fuck it up.
Yeah. Could have been great. You'll probably never see anything from it. If anything, the revisation of television shows seem to give everywhere a second life. I wouldn't be surprised if, because it requires more time than a 3-hour movie, it probably would be better suited to a season.
Not vengeance.
Yeah.
Justice.
It'd be interesting to just like, probably set for the era of Warcraft 3, but not focus around the core cast that we know. Focus around other events that are happening at the same time. Where you can have like cameos from like the likes of Uther and Arthas and like Jaina Proudmoore and Thrall and all these guys, without focusing on their story, without having to retell their story.
Yeah, plenty of space to.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that exclusive look at Bastion.
It's
Now
not
we
even
know
changing,
many
it's
of you
just
can't wait to
expand on the
experience
story we know.
Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's like what WB have done with the Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah. From a certain point of view. Here we go. World premiere. 27th. World of Warcraft still has like an insane amount of active users, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Like, there's some games that just kind of almost transcend the medium. Like Fortnite's done it most recently. Minecraft before that. I think World of Warcraft is definitely one of them.
Yeah, when people say gaming's the hobby, a lot of people could actually say, no, my hobby's Fortnite, my hobby's World of Warcraft, my hobby's FIFA. There's so many games that they become your hobby unto themselves.
Well, I think most like esports titles do that anyway, but there are some that just go to another level. And Warcraft is absolutely one of them.
Oh yeah.
Because it can be played entirely as a single player game.
October 27th, it is official. We have so much more Opening Night Live still to go for you. Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5.
Oh, you can just play the whole thing
much
PvP.
More. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement
entirely
of a
through
new
dungeons and
universe that
raids
is coming to gaming
cooperation.
for the first time with a
ridiculous.
project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
Canadian studio.
They have returned. They corrupted. Divided. Conquered. Until finally, the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open.
What's it, like a Vermintide game? That was cool.
It's crazy how close it looks to what we just watched. Gold armor, angel wings, portals, dragons.
Unbound. Unbroken. We will take back what the dead have.
Last Warhammer.
My stream was stuttering. Well, I'm quite happy about it. My stream was stuttering, so I just searched for Gamescom on YouTube and went forth.
Nice. PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox.
Now, you guys may remember back in June, I had some masked fun with my buddy Crash Bandicoot announcing
Bandicoot
Crash 4 It's About Time. With the game coming in October, Crash, of course, had to come back for Opening Night Live. So let's bring him out, everybody. Crash Bandicoot.
Or was it the guy in the suit? Please be the guy in the suit.
What?
Oh.
He's where?
Fall Guys. He's in Fall Guys. No.
That'd be cool.
Well, his suit literally fits a Fall Guy outfit. You just swap the human out for the two eyes.
Yeah. I like that he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, he almost looks like a pelican.
Yeah, it took me a few seconds to realise what he was actually wearing.
Where is he at, though? Is that a warehouse? Okay. Oh, he's at
Germany.
Oh, he showed up for Gamescom, and there's nobody there because it's digital, but no one told him.
Poor Crash apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom. But to tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. Lou, what did we see there with Crash and the Gamescom bot?
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what
Cologne,
he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here today.
Okay, so how do these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Yeah, so the way that the flashback tape levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard and they're really awesome and they're super creative and we can't wait to get people's hands on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago, and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they optional, like
Stadia, so I get to watch you stream it?
Sure, so players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level
I've watched you play it and saying how good you are. They're actually quite tricky games.
From the original trilogy, so players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge,
it's a shout and a half.
What other fun
to you, boy. Imagine if we had a Crash game, but in the style of Mario Maker.
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms. Really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally created by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been explored in the games before.
Awesome. All right, well, Crash 4, it's about time.
I definitely have that
phenomenal,
giant
we cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for joining us.
I'm not sure your wife would like that.
Awesome. All right, well, we
on the kitchen table.
After this,
I'll engrave it into the table if I need to.
Opening Night Live.
You just starts it. One day she comes in and just sat there carving it into
I've gone crazy, yeah. I must finish
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture.
I don't feel like if you did that, I'd get in trouble.
I'd probably blame you, that's why. What game are we on now?
Alone.
Strange Brigade 2.
Will fall before
Enoch.
But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road, into the dark heart of creation.
Ah, thank you, Ashley. See, I'm officially the favourite.
Find the source.
Well, you have to be someone's
whatever it holds, whatever it takes.
True.
Have we guessed what game this is yet?
I have literally no idea. Looks weird. There's like some magic-y stuff going on, but there's also some gun stuff going on.
I'm getting Destiny vibes mixed with Borderlands.
But the art style isn't right for Destiny or Borderlands. Outriders?
Oh, it's the Square Enix one.
Yeah.
It is coming to Stadia as well.
Holiday. Yeah. Holiday 2020. This year. We know that before.
I thought I was getting a Red Bull pop-up advert in the middle of the YouTube video then.
Enter a contender.
Oh, Hyperscape.
Yes, leave as a champion. This is it.
Did you have a chance to play this yet, Richie?
I haven't. I'm not gonna lie, I actually slightly forgot it was a thing.
Yeah. It kind of doesn't seem to have had the same launch that Apex did when it stealth dropped.
It's because there's so many like battle royales out there. Like,
what is this? Build your dream.
Although it is doing.
What do you think of FIFA 21?
What this?
EA taking a totally new direction with FIFA this year.
Yeah. I'm excited for FIFA 21 actually. It's the first time I think in a while I've been Captain Tsubasa. That's a well-known anime.
Welcome to Necromunda.
Manga.
I can see you're new here. Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble for the rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworth and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when
enjoying the show so far, Richie?
Skin and will are of iron.
Yeah, it's been
it's a
pretty cool.
potent combo.
I don't know what to make of a lot
Why
of the games
would
because
someone like you
there's a lot of CGI trailers and
psychopaths,
okay, fine.
drug dealers, killers, cloners, and
CGI trailers okay to like setting the scene a bit, but I think for me it's gameplay trailers that'll sell it.
Goliaths are big.
Gameplay's the king.
Anything small.
We saw from Suicide Squad last week how everyone seems a bit just confused by the trailer because they don't know what the game really is, other than where it takes place and who some of the characters are.
It's because they announced two games at the same time which have seemingly the premises cross over a bit. And we don't know where they cross over and where they're separate yet.
Sometimes just
it's kind of okay, fine, we'll see.
Think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
a game that comes out in like a week and a half
além de realidades virtuais
didn't have gameplay.
dignas e realistas, eu acho que também se
I thought it was gonna be a mobile game, to be
formas
honest.
mais expressivas e absurdas, quebrando cada vez mais esses paradigmas de formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como uma ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future of gaming to be quite bright and quite online.
The future
The next generation of console will clearly
Richie, what do you
allow
think the future of
AAA
gaming
and
is?
indie developers to build more
In
creative
two
games
words.
that I hope will cover more diverse subjects.
I want to play all kinds of stories
Digital.
about people and places, both real and imagined. I want comedy games, I want autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Show off more guitars than me.
Eu vejo uma evolução obviamente gráfica,
Thought he had my Power Rangers.
Should I go get
ainda
them
mais
and
evolução
stick it
na
and just stick it on the wall as well?
artificial e na maneira como a qual a gente
We had space for two guitars on the
com
wall.
os games, tudo em busca de experiências mais
Weird to hear
imersivas.
Portuguese targeting Brazil. I mean, Stadia needs to more
I'm
than
cool
40
with that.
countries at this point.
There's been a lot of questions coming from Brazil,
I
actually.
love about Opening Night
Seems
is
like
you can
sure
shoot
YouTube
the
group,
biggest
their
games
Facebook
in
groups
the
and stuff.
industry and also smaller titles that should be on your radar. So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of 2 in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game engine to realize his vision for a fully destructible game world. What he's building has absolutely blown me away, so I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight.
Isn't
I hope
Minecraft a
you're
fully
equally
destructible game
inspired
world?
by the ideas in this next game.
once you get
Definitely
to the
one to
bedrock, you
watch.
can't destroy that.
Teardown.
Oh, yeah, you're letting yourself down.
I mean, you said Minecraft and then there's that
I know, I was just
straight
thinking that.
away. It's a weird aesthetic that it does actually appeal to the Lego child inside of me. Like, already this looks cool. Like, just for the... It is Minecraft, but it's not.
It's like,
it's more like
someone's
Lego.
went, what if we made Minecraft, but we had more blocks?
I mean, I don't know what the premise is, but I love the art style.
Yeah, the water cannon seemed weird because it looked like proper water.
It does look like if you took Minecraft
Oh, the
and put all
perfect heights.
the ray tracing and such on it.
Yeah.
Is it a heist game?
Heist, a Minecraft style heist game.
With no
Pretty cool
fall
premise,
damage.
actually.
Fire looks good.
It looks dusty.
Tear down the game.
Tear down?
It has me intrigued, that's for sure. It did look dusty. Yeah, you're right, Ashley.
Last year at Opening Night Live, we announced Little Nightmares 2
Well, they're
to
creepy,
the world.
just showing up next
Well,
to
the
Jeff.
team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changes right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at Gamescom, including a live demo on Gamescom
You
Studio
think they really,
tomorrow.
really wanted it for like Halloween, but just couldn't get it done in time?
Yeah.
I agree, actually, it should be an October game.
Little Nightmares has such a creepy aesthetic to it.
I know, we need to play it.
Yeah, we do. We
I
do.
think
We
that's
will.
it's definitely going to be a Halloween game.
Is this one 2-player? Was the first one 2-player? Or not?
I don't know.
Oh, giant
Yeah, we
bear.
can always just pass the pad.
It's got that very,
Apparently it's
for
single
me,
player.
that James and the Giant Peach art style. Like, it's almost like stop motion, Tim Burton-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. It makes it creepier.
Yeah. like uncanny valley because of the
the fact that the animation isn't smooth. It's a little jerky in places.
And dolls. As soon as you add dolls to anything, that just made dolls and mannequins. Oh, and Slendermen people. It's basically every horror trope you don't want to encounter in a dark alley.
I like Freddy Krueger at the end there.
I mean, they had every other trope in there, so... no Stadia logo.
No Stadia logo.
Is this the case of the missing logo once again? Just like we know Battlegrounds is coming to Stadia as well.
And I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia!
Yeah, this is a hard pass on me. What are your thoughts on this, Chris?
It's been that long since I played a wrestling game. If this came at the right price, I'd definitely give it a go, but it's not one that I'm, like, day one looking to buy.
If it's a pro game, I'm in. I swear.
It'd probably be fun, but...
WWE is L-I-T! You know, I'm a little more old school than Mauro.
The problem for me is, again, the rosters now. I don't think I can name barely any of them because all the great legends from the Attitude Era are just, unfortunately, old.
I was never a wrestling guy, so it's like... But I knew a lot of like the roster through proxy.
Now, let's keep this party rolling with another matchup.
There's the Undertaker, obviously retired also.
The Undertaker has risen, and Finn Balor is about to be taken for his last ride. Mamma mia, what a move!
I mean, this has got to be more of an arcade-style game rather than like a simulator.
You lose my dad, with you legends. This is just an example of the pandemonium that you're going to experience when you head to the battlegrounds. Whew, that's a big toy hammer. Oh, I can't believe my eyes! Seth Rollins delivers the stop! What a night! What a night! This is the greatest thing I've ever seen! Pre-order WWE 2K Battlegrounds today and brawl without limits.
See Stone Cold and The Rock, Undertaker.
Oh, sorry, Mauro. I know that's your line.
All bang at the front and they're all retired, so just says.
Hello again. I have even more awards to announce, so let's get right down to it. The winner
if their current roster can't get front and center on the cover of your game.
Watch Dogs Legion.
The city needs a resistance.
Watch Dogs
it's actually an adventure game, Watch Dogs Legion. It's not even out.
But another game coming to Stadia. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Maybe this is like an award for upcoming games that they've like demoed or something.
The best action game is Star Wars.
The winner of best action game. What? Who are they giving these awards to? Like for what?
Think you can escape? This is gonna be close.
Could this be EA's 5th game coming to Stadia?
The winner of best multiplayer game is Operation Tango.
We must have missed what these awards are for. It's just basically IGN dishing out awards for games that aren't out. It's like most anticipated for the Game Awards, maybe?
Yeah, I imagine IGN have played all these games, so maybe it's just a case of he's the games that he's the best games that we've played that you haven't, sort of thing, or something. So sort of like these are the games you should be most excited for.
Maybe.
There's no concept, to be honest.
It was
Giant crab battle,
though.
Didn't see that.
My name.
It's weak point for massive damage.
Congratulations to all the winners. As I mentioned, IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show. Our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show, the freshest deep cuts
we've
in
got a
indie
week
gaming.
of indie,
and finally, the Gamescom
IGN
Best
news
of
and
Show,
stuff to keep
including
track of,
the
Richie.
Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020
It'd be nice to
is
actually
available
talk
on
about
IGN
games
and
rather
wherever
than
you stream
like
Gamescom Now.
Like what the Apple, Google, whole epic
And
battle.
now it is time to talk about that best action game winner, Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive space combat game from Motive Studios that delivers the ultimate Star Wars
same day as
pilot
Crash Bandicoot,
fantasy.
though.
We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll suit up and fly for both the New Republic and the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an
It must be a difficult decision for you. It's an easy decision for me.
6, Return of the Jedi.
I'll just play both.
Today, we'll get a glimpse at what Squadron's story has to offer by taking a brief look at one of the single-player missions featuring some light narration by the Motive team.
I'm actually going to
Let's
have
check
to
it out.
binge Final Fantasy this weekend to clear it off before I can to give myself time for the stuff that's coming up.
Choose our path. Light or dark. Freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan.
The other day, actually, I almost bought Shadow of War and Control because they were both on sale on Amazon. It's like Shadow of War was like £8, and it's like, when will I play it?
It was their bravery that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new republic. However, the Empire lives on, shattered though it may be. As I speak, Imperial forces are edging toward the Bormir sector, hoping to end our new republic before we find our footing. As their empire collapses, they try to tighten their grip. But the galaxy is changing.
I could wear some annual leave, actually.
With the help of brave and daring pilots, this war can end.
Just take a week off and just sit there and game the entire week.
New republic. Change our galaxy for the better.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Hunka, narrative producer on Star Wars Squadrons. Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this Starhawk and eliminate it.
Gladly, Admiral Sloan.
Over the course of the story, you'll fly as two pilots on opposite sides of the war. And, like all modes in Star Wars Squadrons, you'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Wedge Antilles.
Full story in VR.
I hear you're the reason I was able to finally get a car.
I don't have VR.
Today, we're giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent Thorne, has discovered vital intelligence on Project Starhawk.
I kind of want to wait to see if they confirm like VR for PS5.
They've said it's forwards compatible.
Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate
Is it? But other games?
Has to be right.
When you secure the area, you will escort the Gladiators to the outpost, and our extraction team will acquire Agent Thorne.
It's Sony.
Once Thorne is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers.
And you're playing through PS5, not the VR headset.
I think they wouldn't want to segment an audience of 5 million plus, expect them to buy another headset because they've already paid extra on top of the console already.
Well, I think it's not the headset. I think the headset will be forwards compatible. I'm not sure the software will be.
Yeah, I don't think the library's big enough for them to not to bring it with them. That's the problem. If you were going to like ditch all the classic VR games that are already on, like Beat Saber Saber isn't on the PS5. You're already virtually at a loss for buying the new headset regardless. So I can't see it being an issue.
And a shattered empire.
Yeah, I just think Sony are usually slightly reluctant with these sort of things, though.
Customize and master all 8 starfighters
We'll
and
see.
join
But
the
I'm excited
galaxy's
to play all this
finest.
in both
focused and ready to go.
Sandula from
Yeah.
Rebels.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss. The story of these rival squadrons will push the
I
war
wonder
to
if
the
they have
brink
like
and define the
continuous
galaxy for
story
years to come.
from Rebels.
I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
Isn't it crazy how like gorgeous?
We left it a bit on the clip. Yeah.
Like imagine telling the 9-10-year-old Chris and Richie going to see Phantom Menace in the cinema. Like you could play something that looks, if not better than those movies.
That is not all EA has to
VR
share
as well,
from a
yeah.
galaxy far, far away today. At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina or jump into the Millennium Falcon
selling
on a
Disneyland
run
now.
to Smuggler's Cove. It was this incredible adventure at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney
Yeah,
World
got fun to
Resort
show
that
somehow.
inspired The Sims' latest game pack.
The
Check this out.
Sims. Sims 4, man, just keeps going with DLC. What? This is in The Sims?
Star Wars
I'm
DLC
sold
in
on The
Sims.
Sims.
That's incredible.
I have The Sims 4 as well. But you're telling me I can go to Disney World in The Sims 4?
I don't know if I have it. Did it come on PlayStation
I'm sold.
Plus at some point?
May have done, yeah.
I might have it.
Genie.
This is definitely EA flexing the last of the Star Wars license before it expires.
They're trying to win their next contract down there. It wasn't that long ago that there's talks of like Disney taking the call to try and get the license back off them because they were basically cocking it up.
Funny inside scoop there, Richie. The DJ in the bar is Captain Rex from the Star Wars ride that you'll have been on in Paris. The little robot that sits at the front. Yeah, it's the simulator, the motion simulator ride.
Yeah, I don't think the Star Wars was there when I was in Paris.
It's been there since it opened, so it will be.
Since Disneyland though?
Yeah. It's not like new to this area. It was a ride that opened in like '98 or something, or '95 when Disneyland Paris opened.
I'm with you.
But the real life robot who sits at the front of the stage, the ship, is now in real life. He's been moved from the ride into the canteen as the DJ. So he didn't get scrapped. He's still got a purpose. Create your own style. That's that. I did not expect to be back into The Sims, but just like that, the Force has got me.
There is even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour,
Lego game
we've got Fall Guys Season 2.
Is this literally just a Star Wars
reveal
block
of that, which I can't wait for you guys to see, and of course, a gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now, you might remember this next game from Annapurna Interactive from last year's Microsoft E3 event. And today, I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time loop is one of this year's most intriguing indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely all-star cast to the game. Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
Oh, yes, I remember this one. It's where you're in the guy's apartment, I think.
All right, close your eyes. I want you to think of a flower. Look at its contours, its curves. Now I want you to imagine it.
It's such an interesting premise.
Moving backward, returning.
Basically, I think his wife gets kidnapped or something, and you have a 12-minute time loop to figure out what happened by rummaging through the rooms in the apartment.
Repeat these phrases.
May
you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
If it's not sarcastic, it could be.
So James McAvoy, yeah, it is Willem Dafoe, yeah. Didn't expect Daisy Ridley and James McAvoy to be in it though. Best Bond villain ever, Willem Dafoe.
And apparently made Journey.
Oh, Journey.
That's going to be a really special indie game. So glad
you
announced that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced Godfall, a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5 and PC from Counterplay. Tonight, we've got a quick sneak peek of one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming
pretty much a
as
big
part
deal
of
in the indie
Gamescom
scene.
2020. Check this out.
Where are you sitting on Godfall, Richie? Would it be a PS5 launch game?
I don't really know much about it.
I don't think anyone really does.
So I think there you go. Like,
it reminds me a bit of kind of Destiny, but with swords.
the problem is too much stuff keeps reminding me of Destiny, and the problem that always makes me feel like the game's quite generic.
I mean,
if you just
that was it. Don't tell me that was the gameplay.
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive
They
looks
just
at Lego
literally show
Star
someone
Wars,
hit a
the
guy with a shield
Skywalker
5
Saga,
times and that was it.
Fall Guys Season 2.
That was literally pointless.
Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to.
That's going to be
There's
mean.
so much
That's
more.
going to be
First,
mean.
Watching
I'm
that
sure
and
you
going,
saw that
okay.
earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
Heart of Deimos.
Expand.
Why? I just don't understand the purpose of that.
Tear the veil asunder.
Deimos was the name of Alexios or Cassandra's kind of evil alter ego on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if you recall.
But that was what it wanted too.
So are we still
Go
playing
watch
Godfall?
Raged unchecked.
I hope we are, for its own sake.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But even then, it's like, why would you have that? I don't see why you'd have that clip and then just cut away from it. It just seems like completely out of place.
Well, you did say Heart of Deimos though. Is that a different game or is that?
What? Visitors?
I think this is a different game.
Yeah, I think so too.
The gateway is failing. The jaws.
Although when we say about the genericness of games now, like if we can't distinguish between which and which.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Well, this has got a bit more Doom vibes, like in terms of the setting.
He looks like he's like a
that
bumblebee.
kind of like hellscape.
I tried turning it off and on again.
And that just feels like it's from Fallout.
We shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
That's Warframe.
Which, funny enough, is what I think Godfall looks like. Like, Warframe launched for free on PS4.
Yeah.
Godfall is going to launch
So
free on
many
PS5.
people have been discovering or rediscovering video games during lockdown, whether it be
He's got one more
older
guitar
people
than you,
or
Richie. The
bored
space, though.
teenagers
I can
or
see space.
middle-aged parents who
On the
find
wall.
they have
On the wall.
to do something
I've
together
only got
with
two on the
their
wall. I
kids.
have more than two guitars.
And I think I've given out more advice.
You
about
don't have a
video
fake
games than
kitchen
I've
sink
said
behind you,
Any more
though.
space on that wall?
ever. And
Yeah.
as a result,
That's
it's
true.
more important than ever that we keep making.
I don't have any more space on that wall to put any more guitars
A
on.
pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia,
Warframe is-
demonstrar mais
it's
amor,
insane how it just
mais
keeps going.
carinho e saber que a gente
For a
vai sair
free-to-play
dessa
game.
juntos.
I don't think I've
Vai
ever
ser
played it.
difícil,
I
mas
played it on
isso
PS4
tudo
launch
It's
and
clearly
I
doing
enjoyed it, but I just it's
I
one of those
hope
where I
everybody
didn't get the
gets
PS4 to
healthy
play
and
that.
safely
It
through
never really
this
had my grasp, but
corona
then apparently it's got a massive
virus
user base now.
time. Care about other people.
Yeah, I think
and
it's what we were
wear
talking about
masks.
earlier, where there's some games where they just that game becomes your hobby. I think Warframe's one of them. It's like
se expressar. Eles englobam tudo.
people just keep playing Warframe.
Escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são por amor.
Video games are for love. Oh, this. Okay. We know Modus get on well with Stadia.
Give me a second, I'm trying to select the appropriate weapon. Watch who you sleeping, them snakes all around, you know they connected. When I was a kid, my grandmama told me I can't go to heaven, so I stopped praying and asking for blessings and started preparing for my Armageddon. Got nothing to lose, I'm all in. Walking the edge, don't fall in. Enough of the lies, don't apologize. I don't understand, are you foreign?
Is this not a CGI trailer for? Because it's not Outriders.
Checking the list.
You know, I mean, they've got RE Secret Seasons coming up, Chris Tales. It was Modus who made Lost Words.
They're the public.
And Rock of Ages, actually.
That's where I came recently.
Yeah.
Supercharged Mech League.
Override 2, okay.
Is it 2 or Z? Like Dragon Ball Z?
I'm on Modus's website and there's a Override Mech City Brawl. I'm guessing that's the first one. So I'm guessing this is the second one. Considering it's not on the website, it's like
Yeah,
this is
Override
probably
2.
the announcement.
Override 2. No logo. Logo gate. Hashtag logo gate.
All right, guys, we're back officially into hour 2. We've got an hour more of great stuff to show you. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that.
Don't feel too
Fall
excited.
Guys Season
Sorry,
2. And
I sighed when he said Destiny 2.
Oh, I thought you were saying another hour of games. I was like, well, okay, you can leave if you want, Richie.
It's the start of Gamescom 2020.
I always
but
feel
right
like
now, on September
Destiny,
25th,
you're either
Mafia
into it or you're
Definitive
not.
Edition launches a comprehensive,
So it's like,
built from
just
the ground
announce
up
it through
remake of
your
the
own
original
platforms,
Mafia.
like-
Tonight, we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore.
Mafia
which
Definitive
deals with
Edition
Tommy's
coming to
induction
Stadia
into
this
the
September.
Salieri crime family. Check this out.
Check this out.
Quite a lot of games coming in the end of the year for Stadia.
It's definitely stacked. It's stacked. I'm actually concerned for my
All these guys
spare time.
in this room They're here because they have the only thing that matters to me.
I think actually we might be onto something.
The only thing that should matter to any of us.
Like, should we just take like a week off around my birthday and just...
They're loyal.
Game.
I was thinking of doing a birthday stream next week, actually. Not on the birthday day. I'm doing another birthday thing, but the day before.
One day
set an Avengers.
Now you stay straight with me. You're going to be living the high life, Tom. You abuse my trust.
Don Salieri, you won't ever need to worry about me.
Yeah, we're back.
Then.
We good? Do we leave?
Are we back? I think we're back.
Welcome to the family.
No.
What happened there?
No Stadia logo, but we know it's coming. I'm gonna pass on this logo gate thing.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around
take a shot every time you think the logo should be there and it isn't.
Loop.
So yeah, when the trailer starts, we both have to call whether we think the logo will be there.
I don't think we could make it to the end of the show if that was the case.
I mean, I'll be predicting no for free. Well, it'd have to be if you get it wrong, so I'll be predicting it no for most things.
Yeah.
Do you think it must be just getting harder and harder for games to just stand out a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, insanely so. Like, what do you do differently that's not been done in the last 30 years of gaming?
This is kind of reminding me a bit of Borderlands.
I'm getting Far Cry vibes from it. Just Far Cry specifically, New Dawn, because of the hit points going off it as well. And the DLC for Far Cry did take place on like the moon, or Mars it was. So I'm getting that vibe.
Next spring, get ready to experience memorable moments and non-stop action from all 9 Star Wars films in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The entire series has been reimagined with new fun-filled LEGO humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
I mean, I'm thrilled to bits they're redoing them, but it was supposed to be this year. I suppose I can wait. I've waited long enough.
You were just complaining that you didn't have time to play all the games.
I know, but having Star Wars and my father fix. I love the fact that they're not just remaking the game; they're actually like redoing all the levels.
Strong with him. That much is clear.
I don't think I've ever played the LEGO game like to completion. I've only played it in bits.
Skywalker has
no pun intended.
So the original ones didn't have the voice or the actors, it was just the music and such with the Lego figures moving, whereas now that you're going to get actual, like, not voice acting, but when they talk, they're not just going to be miming.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me.
Yeah.
We need your help.
And then you get the Lego humour in there as well.
Yeah, it does look pretty damn fun.
I wonder what they're going to do for Last Jedi when the whole movie is just a ship moving through space.
The Force will be with you.
Very few levels. I mean, Crit could be a good level. I wonder if they just completely cut out, what do you call it? Canto Bight.
I mean, it could make for a good Lego level.
True, actually.
Not him.
Hey, Yaddle.
What Yaddle?
I saw like a female version of Yoda.
Oh yeah, it is Yaddle, yeah. Yaddle in the game. We got it, we did it, Richie. We said it on the podcast. Ah, yeah, getting to do like, I'm hoping that
I am a Jedi.
Scaly's up
like my father before me. So be it. Jedi.
Sold. You're going to get that joke delayed, aren't you?
I don't know.
The Lego.
I don't know who's head
Lego
right now.
Lightning.
Oh yeah,
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun, coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling for Frontier, a fun physics-based platform where two players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
Available on Nintendo Switch now. What is even going on? It's got like Octo Dad meets. I don't know. What is that?
I don't know. It's weird.
It's like Octo Dad meets salad fingers.
You will struggle. That was just weird.
With the Red Bull. And when Red Bull was saying that, like, athletes and like gives you energy, and now it's like no, gamers.
Yeah.
Gamers need sugar more.
And now it's just aimed at people because we're that addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, very true. What was this, Age of Empires?
We built for the remaster Age of Empires.
They've done 1 and 2. Or maybe it's not Age of Empires, it might be Civ. Yeah, Civilization. Right? Enhanced audio.
Could be Age of Empires, you know.
No, I don't think it is. They don't have those like cartoon character models. Oh, it might be the DLC actually for it. I did read somewhere. It actually might be, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like Age of Empires.
I did read the remastered one was coming with extra DLC, but I didn't read what for. Age of Empires is such a good franchise, man. I have so many hours.
This is one that, yeah, this is something that could have a new life on Stadia if Stadia just put aside the weird restriction where you have to have controller support.
I mean, Age of Empires 2 was out on Xbox, right? Back in the day, 360.
I mean,
because you had Battle for Middle-earth was also out on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it can be done. The problem is, it can be done, but it means the developers then have to code a way of making it feel good.
Yeah.
And
it's also Windows, though. So.
Strategy games, that's a hard task.
Funny story, you know, I said about buying a new PC when I got this one. Yeah. The last PC that I bought was when Age of Empires 3 came out, because it came with it. And I took the day off school, not work, the day off school, to stay home and set the PC up and basically play. And Age of Empires 3 is where I spent many hours.
That sounds about right.
We don't mess with
I think Age of Empires 2, I think, would have to be my favourite games of all time discussion. I don't know if it'd make the list, but it's in the conversation.
Same school.
It's one of them games as a kid, you just put so many hours into it, you can't not have it in the discussion.
Yeah, it's when you start a skirmish mission and then you blink and it's like 3:45. And your night's gone because you were too busy collecting stone and trees.
Your mum bangs on your door because she sees the light as she went to go to the toilet and shouts at you, "God,
why are you still awake?" It's like, I'm nearly finished.
Yeah.
Project Cars.
I gotta say, the game that I've given the most hours to that I love
you just
going
end
back
up
to
in a
is
resource struggle where literally no one's got any resources left and
the
so no one can do anything.
The world, yeah, it's like it's the real life.
Yeah.
That was my first time getting into
deforestation of the game.
I put almost 400 hours.
Because after every other resource ran out, you just started destroying all the forests and selling it.
With my friends, it's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play, games that I return to every year. Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection is really a big
Age of
one for me,
Empires, or is there
that's
anything at the moment you currently binge
I also
playing?
still just casually binge Animal Crossing.
The moment is Football Manager.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing since I downloaded it. I find the daily repetitive rhythm so
that's one of the games I will just periodically go back to. I'll binge for like a week and then I'll put it down for a while.
Up next, we have
Of
the
that,
award for
it
Best
tends to be for
Microsoft
me
Xbox
a single player focus game for a while until I'm got credits on it.
Don't Nod Entertainment.
Which at the moment
After
is
a
Final
big
Fantasy
day of
VII.
Gamescom events and announcements,
About you?
you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with the Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and
Uncharted's
late
up
night
there
show
for you.
experience.
Yeah, I
from
tend to
gamers
play
and
Uncharted games
Back to you,
once a
Jeff.
year, just because I love them for the stories.
Thank
It's
you
almost
very
like going
much,
back to a
Sid,
good book
and
and
by
reading
the way,
it time and time
congratulations
again.
to Don't Nod for telling me why a
It's
really
like,
important
it's like a good
game
movie,
that
like
is
that
out
one of them
now that
movies
you
that
can
just put
play,
on just has
on
comfort thing.
Xbox
Yeah.
and Game Pass. And
again, I've finished
as we
it so
know,
many
there's
times,
a lot
I'm
going on in the
attuned,
world,
like, with
and that
Crash
goes
Bandicoot
beyond
now,
the
where I can just
pandemic.
get through the levels
Between
so fast.
social
Even The Last
conflicts
of
we're
Us,
seeing
to
in
get
the
the platinum
news
in The
and
Last of Us,
acts
I
of
had played
nature,
so many
we can
times
see how vulnerable
on both
we as
PS3 and
people can
PS4 that
sometimes
I feel like I
and
could power
now
through
I think
that
it's
so
as
quick as
important
well.
time as ever to remember
I struggle to
to
replay
come
The Last
together
of Us.
and support one another. We are
I
a
love the
global gaming
games,
community. There are millions of people watching
but
tonight.
I
and
don't
know
know,
we're
just-
all
it
here
just-
because we love games.
The
and we
atmosphere
know
makes
that
it
games are
difficult
good
for
in
me
the world
to
and can
go
bring us
back and
together.
play
I think
again.
we've all
That's
felt
why you
that
just play
in
on easy and you feel
2020.
like
So
a
I think that's
boss.
really
Easy
important to
plus
remember amongst all the games and trailers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one way as a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a
just as we were
Gamescom
talking,
forest
funnily
together
enough.
with the community. Gamers worldwide can go to gamescom.global
Too many people playing
and
Age of
donate to
Empires, and now we need to
more
plant the trees back so the
let's
next round can
plant
play.
a forest together. All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May.
Here we go, Chorus.
Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her, featuring rich, ray-traced 4K 60 FPS environments on next-gen hardware.
Is that just a long
Here
list
is
of the
first look at
buzzwords?
gameplay from Chorus.
Chorus with a V.
Okay, let's see it.
You have broken my heart. For your betrayal, you will be broken.
Do a barrel roll.
I was just thinking Star Fox actually.
It does look like it's on rails, but I don't think it is.
It might be like almost like Uncharted style, where you're actually playing through like what's effectively a narrow corridor, but the way the world's set up makes it feel like you're not. Yeah. In fact, there's sometimes you'll cross over a bridge and go, "Oh, that's where I was earlier."
Drink. Drink. That's all.
All right.
How many crowns have you won? If one game has defined the summer of
crowns?
2020,
Think I'm up to about
it absolutely
6 or
is
7.
Fall Guys from Mediatonic in
need to
London
play one
and
time.
Devolver.
I haven't played yet.
This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready. I think the internet is about to freak out. Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Crazy how this game didn't exist prior to last month, and then now it's just boom.
Kumnar says, never mind the games where those mugs come from. Actually, this was a gift from Chris.
Who's been playing and enjoying the game so far.
He
This
got them
team,
made
we've
for
been
us.
looking at all the fan arts, the memes, and the montages that people
They will be
posted
available
online,
one
and
day
the
on our
response to the
merch
game's really
shop
blown us
once
away.
we hit the
Today,
followers we
we
need
just
to
wanted
have
to
a
give everyone
merch
that
shop.
first sneak peek
So
at the
don't
rounds
forget to
that
like
they're
and
sharing.
subscribe, and one day you
Fall
could
Guys
own
Season
these
2.
very much.
I am looking into options.
Well, thanks for the for noticing. They're actually really nice mugs, like regardless of the design of them, they actually are really decent. Good size, good colour, good craftsmanship.
In Season 2, you'll be dressing your Fall Guy as a
Definitely better than these two mugs,
and competing
Richie.
across brand new rounds inspired by epic quests from
definitely.
the Middle Ages.
You're gonna have to tell me where you
Giant
actually got them from, so I can see if
swinging
it's
axes and scale
viable
movable
for us to
sea dragons in
actually
the
run a
quest
merch
for
store through there.
ultimate game, show, glory.
Okay, so medieval inspired Season 2.
Oh, I want to play Wizards.
Oh, yes. even just like the background music in this game's got such a fun beat to it. It is literally total Wipeout, the game. You know, Richie, if you want to jump in and play tonight, I'm happy to play tonight. Just do a few rounds with you.
I think we might have to stick it like an hour or two in. Yeah.
I mean,
we hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to the
he must be so rich right now. Lead
designer. So
he's just hit the jackpot with this game. They must
Do you
be
think it's one of them? It's like
them.
A month ago, he was basically bankrupt, and now it's like, I'm one of the richest people on the planet.
Just one fell swoop.
Although it's PlayStation Plus, so he might not have made that much money.
Oh no, Steam. It's sold like 7 million on Steam, and it's not free there.
Okay.
And not.
And that's before it even came to like Xbox or anywhere else. But, you know what? He worked hard. He deserves every bit he gets. And now we could do like great things like Epic. We've got all the Fortnite
awesome. You deserve the money.
I mean, just look at Epic now with Emily. They can go on to change the whole gaming industry the way they want. They've launched their own store off the back of having that money.
Stand up and they can literally stand up and fight against like Apple and Google simultaneously. A couple of years ago, that would have been a pipe dream for them.
Years my father wasted grooming them for glory when I was right.
You know, we say about generic stuff as well. Like Fall Guys is so visually like unique. Like I know it looks like Human Fall Flat and all the other kind of potato gang beasts and such, but in terms of getting out there visually, it just pops.
Yeah, it stands out. That's the thing. It's like so many games, like the premise or the setting or the art style is just the same as we've been seeing for the last 10 years.
Wasteland 3. Don't know if I've heard of a Wasteland 1 or 2, if I'm honest.
I really haven't found any new appreciation for gaming at this time, because my appreciation for gaming before couldn't be higher.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento. E é o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
Action,
adventure, sports, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and
I think it's the best way for me to experience stories, because you're not just watching it unfold or reading it or hearing it. You got that extra layer of interactivity.
Music or whatever.
You're involved. You feel involved in the events that have taken place. So it has a bit more personal, even though it's a lot of very scripted stuff. The best games leave a sense of my impact. I feel like you've made an impact in the story.
Like movies are great because you can experience them. TV shows are great, books are great, but the best thing with games is you experience it through the characters. So you are part of the story. You make the decisions. You turn them right. You turn them right. You kill someone. You don't want to, or you want to, maybe. Whereas a book, it's all script. Everything else is scripted.
It's definitely an incredible. It's a diversity of games as well. There's something for everyone.
I mean, gaming is the only industry where Fall Guys could potentially get Game of the Year over like The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima, because it's just crazy shit.
When we set out to create Medal of
There you
Honor
go. There's
Above and Beyond,
three very different games. Like
the Medal of Honor franchise is
all
known
of them
for its
great for their own
powerful and
reasons.
exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there.
Medal of Honor.
It's a series that is grounded in history, which tells emotionally authentic stories. Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the helm of this project.
It's kind of the Call of Duty before Call of Duty, wasn't it, really?
Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2002. And I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR.
Is it Respawn, did you say?
The team is creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor.
I've just seen the IGN chat and it's just like constant wall of skip.
Wall of skip.
A bit harsh before you've even seen it, but
mature audiences.
I know this is the first time some of you will see combat.
It's a bit of a peculiar one here, because they have the Battlefield franchise as well.
Let me be clear with all of you.
I don't know if it's a stream, but graphically this looks...
I'm scared too.
Crap.
You think? Oculus.
Yeah,
is it VR?
France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell.
That gets, if it is, it gets a pass.
Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's VR.
We're gonna have to improvise here.
This is all the art. This disembodied arm.
Members of the resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war. But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt.
I suppose this is the cool way to reinvent the series.
Imagine GoldenEye 64 like this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got Battlefield as your AAA shooters, then this is your VR.
As much as I'd love to see like a full remake of GoldenEye 64, I don't think there's actually enough game there, you know.
Probably not. I mean, unless they retell the whole story of the movie, like in more detail.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, they'd have to add extra. It's one of them. It's a catch-22. In order to be enough game, I think they'd have to add more levels and more depth to each level. Then that'd also bring its own level of controversy.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone.
Somehow this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization.
DLC.
God help us all.
Oh, that was a quick flash at the end of subliminal VR messaging. That was like a fraction of a second of it. It's on Oculus.
Like, he's half a second of the Oculus, and then he's going to hang on the end card.
Thank you so much, Vince. That looks incredible. And now we're here with Respawn.
You know when something feels like a slight editing mistake?
Director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such an incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience.
I'm intrigued how they've got Jeff's shadow in this green screen world. Like, how are they doing it? I thought that guy only had one ear then for a second.
Really hard on this.
That's a good point. Maybe it's not a green screen. Maybe it's like an LED wall.
We're off the floor then.
That could be green.
In the boots of a soldier.
It's an LED shadow.
And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive experience.
That's just rendering a fake shadow because he's got a shadow on the back wall. He's got a shadow on the back wall as well.
And the story follows you as a player being recruited.
Yeah, there's a couple of shadows.
The Office of Strategic Services.
I wish we had a green screen.
Maybe some weird, like, maybe some weird composite of like multiple things.
Search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now.
One day, Richie, we'll have a studio like that.
But during World War II,
Sounds of Stadia podcast coming to you live.
All over Europe, deep behind.
We'll have all the shadows.
Patreon.com/Sounds of Stadia.
Tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate.
Someday we'll record a podcast in the same room.
Shape the outcome of the war.
Again.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity.
A room designed for podcasts to be recorded in.
The piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative. Which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors. And it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure. Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program.
An incredibly cheap one from Amazon.
Yeah. At least he's not flickering green. We do seem to have sorted that out, right?
Of the war if we hadn't stopped them.
I haven't done anything, so I have seen it once or twice. It seems better through the browser for some reason. Don't know why.
Your perspective.
I'm looking to upgrade the webcam anyway.
Your head is the camera. We don't have cutscenes. We don't have edits.
Your head is the camera.
Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you.
I mean, as soon as you mention my camera started flickering.
I risked that.
The player throughout the 3 weeks that we were on stage. and all the actors are always reacting and talking to you directly. And in VR, it's
VR's another one. You know when they say about like exclusives, there's so many VR games that are kind of segregated between Oculus, HTC Vive, and PlayStation VR.
Yeah,
it's frustrating because some of the best ones just aren't available. So like at the moment, Half-Life, Alex, I think that's Oculus only.
Rich and detailed, obviously authentic as
Currently, might be Oculus or maybe Vive.
To everyone that was involved.
Steam have got involvement in one of them. It's with that.
About multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for.
Might be Vive.
Experience, but I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Well,
this is my thing with VR. Is
I spent
apart from I think is it Oculus Quest that there's a lot of wires, a lot of setup.
Natural.
And
career trying to
it's one of the things that's turning me off with it, and like you segregate yourself. Like if I go for Oculus, what if the game stuff coming to Oculus?
One of the hardest ones is leaning.
You're paying the price of a console
in VR,
again.
You know how you duck? You just duck.
And I don't.
Lean in VR,
there's some cool games there, but you're paying the price of the console again on top of the price of your console or your PC that you've already paid for. You play games that are not quite at the same quality, apart from the novelty of the VR bit.
Multiplayer experience. It just raises it to
I want to see it do
level.
well.
So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping
to take the next
full
step
suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR, and we're really excited about.
PlayStation VR is the way I'm most likely to go at the moment.
After it comes out.
Wow, well, definitely a full-blown VR experience.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I'm really excited to
my PC could probably run
and try this, and it's coming out later this year, right?
Well. Yeah, I was playing Arkham VR last
coming
night.
out holiday,
Super fun
so
game. Quite short.
Yeah, fasten our seatbelts.
Being Batman, putting the cowl on.
We are so excited to bring it to players.
It lends itself quite well to
like you mentioned, it's a passion project for
you do some investigation work with his gadgets, and you look at bodies, you analyse clues, you rewind time using your PlayStation
experience
move
for a
sticks
lot
to
of
figure
us
out
that
like
got
what
our
happened at
start
the
our
crime
careers
scene.
working on
Like you do in
those
the Arkham
original
games, but you are
first
you are
one
seeing it from Batman's perspective, which is really cool.
Allied Assault, and now to be able to bring above and
I know
beyond
how much a PSVR goes for
to a whole new
nowadays.
generation is one of the most exciting
Second
things we've
hand,
been
probably 150.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Opening Night
Brand
Live.
new
We'll be
200.
right back. And in the meantime, here's a look at a new
The
game.
PSVR Mega Pack is currently this on Amazon for $2.99.
$2.99. Well, wait till Black Friday.
See, that needs to drop down by at least 150 quid to
I
get
think
my
I
interest.
got mine for Black Friday for about 180, and that was with one of the packs.
Spellstorms still rage across the room.
Oh, I'll tell you what I get to try out next week, actually. Iron Man VR
This is proof.
as well.
Ah,
They
that's cool.
said.
So I'm looking
It
forward
isn't
to that
safe.
one.
It can't be controlled.
Stadia VR.
Magic
That'd be awesome.
cannot be used.
I mean, if the game's played
It's one of
from
them.
there,
I'd
it's
like
just
Google
getting
to partner up with something like an Oculus. So we're not going to bring out VR ourselves, but you can now play
it through
Stadia VR games through your Oculus. And free Vive, just do what they've done with the
But I am a
controllers. Just go, yeah.
battle mage.
Adding VR support. Unfortunately, you couldn't get it with probably not with the PlayStation VR headset though.
Broken my vow.
No, certainly
I'd
not.
imagine there's a bit too much tied into the
I
PlayStation
fight
ecosystem for that.
Yeah.
To
Well,
break
the
free.
PlayStation VR comes with a separate VR box that you have to run your HDMI cable into the box, then back into your PlayStation to your TV, and then you hook the VR headset into the VR box, and it's like an extra processing unit that comes with it.
You need a PlayStation Pro for it, or
The Pro or original, the slim one didn't have the optical out cable which you need.
all right, I'd be fine then.
Yeah, I think
I've got the 1
the
terabyte original.
Yeah, it was good. Nice guitar. Again,
I
don't
know, I
know
was
what
just
it is,
appreciating this.
but sounds good. Actually reminds me of Dynasty Warriors a little bit. Crazy shit going on. I've seen another Dynasty Warriors game. It's been a good while since I played it. I learned all about my Chinese history through that game. Like outside of
I
that,
think the last
Mulan,
one I
nothing.
heard of. Yeah, I think the last one I heard of was Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, they go through a lot of like spin-offs. So they usually do like the Hyrule Warriors. They did the Gundam game. They usually do a Kessen, which is like an over-the-top RTS version of Dynasty Warriors. And then they do the sequelized, or well, not sequelized, but then they do the actual main game. I think they're up to number 10. Must be the next one due.
Play for free. That game's free.
Go for it on Switch.
3rd September.
Sweet. That is next week.
Yeah, I might give that a go, actually. I don't know anything about the game, but it's free to play and a cool soundtrack, so...
Is that Age of Empires 3 on Game Pass? Because I got Game Pass.
If they opened it up so I didn't have to have an Xbox controller, I'd have it.
Well, that's why I got Game Pass Ultimate for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Played that on my PC.
Yeah.
And then I've obviously started to trial the xCloud as well, so I ordered a controller. But I was playing Age of Empires on the PC. It was either buy it for like $34.99 or just have a month's sub of Game Pass for like $1.
Yeah.
So I just played the shit out of Age of Empires 2 for a month, and then I was at the decision-making time of do I keep the subscription or not. There you go, Age of Empires 3.
One day I'll probably end up doing what you did and buy a custom Xbox pad.
Overcooked. Oh, Richie, give us some Overcooked action, right? I think we both tweeted at Overcooked this week just to say, like, perfect, bring it over.
I want it.
Oh, a bit of Shadow War, Richie there, look, saying £8, buy me for £8, or get me on Game Pass Ultimate for £1. The only thing which is curious about the xCloud trial that I'm doing is I can only play the xCloud games on my mobile or tablet. I can't play them on my PC. So you can't stream to the PC.
So many great games in Xbox Game Pass, and many of tonight's games are in it as well.
I don't like gaming on a phone.
Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany.
And
tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Legendary German games.
最初タリカンの音楽を聴いた時に曲が素晴らしいだけじゃなくてアミガのサウンドそのものも素晴らしいと思いましたね。日本じゃ本当に聴いたことがなかった音楽でした。
Factor 5 was so far ahead of the curve, and each of their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say they're one of the greatest indie developers of all time.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで本当にすごかった。今回タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せて歩きたいなと思っています。
Anything with this type of art.
There's a lot of stuff in there that's either inspired by Metroid or inspired Metroid. I don't know the timelines on that though.
It defined my career, and the fans have been there ever since. To this day, it's one of my proudest works.
I mean, Factor 5 aren't only known for Amiga though.
Oh, I thought that was
kind of the gate back to the Amiga. It could be.
Love this music though.
In June, Bungie revealed a new era of Destiny 2 that starts on November 10th with Beyond Light. For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the dark power of Stasis. With Stasis, players will take on the powers of darkness to control and dominate the battle. Here's an all-new look at Stasis from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
I mean, this seems like it's a big deal for if you're into Destiny.
Yeah, it's like
because Light's such a big concept in Destiny. Like, so even the title Beyond Light, like, is elevating it a bit.
Yeah. Even then, it's like another Iron Banner.
Yeah.
Expansion. Focus your power. Let it grow.
Anything with this, I just have to check with our residential Destiny expert friend Richard.
Yeah. Yeah. See, for me, Destiny is a good game that just isn't for me.
I enjoyed the first one, which It's just when it kept evolving and growing and requiring more of my time. As someone who likes to explore loads of different games, I couldn't commit the time to it, and that's why it doesn't interest me anymore because I don't have the time to play the raids. Like when our friends are saying like the raid took like 6-7 hours or something, like I can't commit that much time in my life.
Let them come.
I've done that in my Warcraft days in the past. I don't particularly want to do it again. It's just too many great games I want to play. I don't have the time to play them as is. So committing so much to one game just doesn't appeal to me anymore.
And there's also life gets in the way.
Yeah. The curse of being an adult.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, I said earlier in our text group, I had to deal with a dead pigeon this morning, this afternoon.
I know, like, I was reading that, I was like, oh my god.
Scared the shit out of me. I was just doing something in the back garden, went to go back in and just by the patio door, just out of the corner of my eyes, this like little grey shaped thing. Jumped out of my skin, and it was like, is it alive? And then it was like, oh no, it's gone. But then I had to deal with it. It was like, do I contact my dad to come around and get it, or do I just man up and do something with it? Well, I don't know, I panicked.
You're 30 years old, Go ring my dad. There's a dead pigeon.
Hey, I've dealt with spiders and stuff before, and flies and shit like that, but I've never dealt with an actual dead bird. They're much bigger, you know.
The winner.
But either way, I manned up. I got rid.
Congratulations. Of course, there are even more awards than the ones I announced tonight. So check out the Gamescom Awards user voting, where you can vote for your favorite streamer.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Because I was going to chuck it all the fence up, put it in the bin.
The winners will be revealed at Gamescom.
I feel like it belongs to return it to nature, so I put it on a shovel and I give it one final flight.
Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time.
Rest in peace over the back.
I can just imagine you reading this last night and just chuck unceremoniously just chuck it on the fence with a shovel.
What's the Assassin's Creed with Rescue Scatcher and Patcher?
We're all in this together, so take care. Back to you, Geoff.
Back to you, Geoff.
Thank you very much, Sydney. It's great to have you on the show again this year. All right. Well, a lot of people have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different?
Oh,
what
don't
is
talk
that
about the PlayStation 5
difference?
controller again.
Well, back in June, we
Get
saw
it,
the
you pull on the
announcement
trigger
of
for
Ratchet
arrow
and Clank
tension when
Rift
pulling a
Apart
ball.
from Insomniac Games.
I feel
a
like
which
it's one of
uses
them
the power
things
of
you're not going to
PlayStation
appreciate
5,
until you've
the
got your
SSD
hands
hard
on it.
drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac
And
says is only
if you're going to talk
possible
about
on
PlayStation
brand
5
new hardware.
controller,
Well,
talk
now
about
it's
how
time for
the
you to decide if
colour
you see the
scheme was
difference.
just Sony
Here's
trolling us all and
an
they're actually going to do it,
uninterrupted
make it
demo
look good.
of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
I mean, I'm super hyped for Ratchet and Clank. The last reboot game was great fun.
I haven't played any of them.
Oh, they're amazing. Super fun,
Again,
joking.
I think it's one of them my PlayStation Plus backlog.
Yeah,
I'll probably never get to.
It's very much just a Pixar movie as well, like graphically, the art style. It's Pixar through and through.
We're back.
Is this the same trailer we saw before?
From where we last saw
It said
him.
live
We
gameplay,
may still
so
have time to put a stop
Oh,
to
okay.
this.
I'd imagine it may be a bit different. Now, what creature do you think Ratchet is, Richie?
Oh dear.
If you don't know. Having not played the games.
I don't know.
He's not a real creature, so it probably doesn't help you guess.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking at. I was like, I can't put my finger on it, but is he a Clank?
Is he a what?
A Clank.
No, Clank is the robot. Ratchet is in fact a Lombax. if I'm not mistaken.
Back in action.
Okay.
Not a Lorax, a Lombax. But the weapon variation in this game was one thing that I didn't expect when I played the reboot one, having not played any prior ones.
Last one.
They have like disco balls, which makes all the enemies dance and stuff. It's so fun.
The train's pulling away. Let's go.
Again, I'd be very curious to know like how the deals all come about for when to showcase these games in like the wider scheme of things.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
They'll have, I'd imagine the market team has a timeline of how when do we want to do the initial tease, when we want to do the first like trailer, when do we want to show gameplay, all based on like when it comes out, and they'll look at probably what any events around that sort of period. At least that's the way I'd kind of approach it, where you go, okay, we want to do in the like late spring, early summer, we want to do the initial trailer drop. Okay, there's E3, we'll do it at E3. How do we do it at E3? There's still Paris Games Week to come this year, isn't there?
I mean, yeah, we haven't had it. I don't know if they're going digital.
This device seems to have destabilized reality. The bridge is shot. There has to be another way across. The rifts appeared to react to your device. Try
October the 23rd to the 27th, but it may be cancelled. It's cancelled. But there again, even now though, every major platform has its own way of like showcasing content. I mean, like you got like what State of Play, the Nintendo got the Directs, there's like
Xbox
Stadia Connect, the Xbox Connect,
Ubisoft Forward, still got another one to go.
Yeah. I mean, or you just talk to your partners and go, we've got this trailer, we're going to drop it through YouTube, push it everywhere.
This is worse than I had imagined.
Everyone look! It's Ratchet and Clank!
Sand sharks from above.
This little piranha dinosaurs. I need Ashley to finish what she was saying in the chat. She said Tom is. For so long. I'm like, what is he?
I think she was it's when we're talking Destiny.
Oh, okay. I thought she was making a statement of some kind.
A kraken, or at least a very large octopus.
Maybe she's just referring to Tom's existence. Tom is.
What do you think of this visually then so far?
I think it looks cool.
I will never get used to that.
The weird thing with games, so the villain in this is Dr. Nefarious, and Crash Bandicoot is Dr. Neo Cortex. Why is it doctors are such good people in real life, but in games they're always evil genius enemies?
Oh, they're not medical doctors, are they?
So what do they have a doctor in?
Scientist doctors. In evil.
Doctorate in evil, PhD.
Yeah, I've got a doctorate in evil from Cambridge University.
That's got to be a very small class, right?
He must have more planned than he is telling us.
Topiary Sprinkler.
Apparently not.
Brilliant. Just a sprinkler.
I did my thesis on taking over the world.
Can't wait to see what's new.
I feel like the portal mechanics is going to be quite disorientating at first.
I'm trying to figure out what exactly it's doing, other than is it just a grapple that pulls them towards him, or is it putting you in a different world? Because you're going through a rift, so what's the difference between going through the rift or not?
My assumption, I'm assuming it works almost like Portal the game, where there's an in and out points.
Yeah.
It's such a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
Have to get the Dimensionator away from Nefarious.
And obviously some random ones thrown in there for good measure.
There you go.
Whoa! The dimensions are weakening considerably.
This is supposedly showing off the power of the PS5, the fact that it can jump through multiple worlds running simultaneously at the same time.
Well, it is
yeah, with it being in an SSD. Boot times, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just there's no loading between worlds. I mean, that just showcased it brilliantly. Just skewed through about 5 or 6.
It's with the power of an SSD, the loading's happening, but in the short snap, when you're in a different world, they'll be loading the next one. There's a lot of clever coding probably going on in the background.
Oh, I'm sure. Those rift patterns, when they go to them, that must be some kind of default load screen. Oh, it's lost Clank through a rift. I mean, I know I said at the beginning this looks like a Pixar movie, but remember when the last game did actually come out with a Ratchet & Clank movie that nobody went to see?
Ratchet.
Really?
Yep. See, to a point where nobody even knows it was a thing. Yeah, it was in cinemas.
Ratchet?
It came out like summer, a few years back, probably 2015, 16, and no one knows.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's what I think it's probably one of them. It's clearly a kids' movie. Like, that's probably not going to get a lot. The movie is probably not going to get a big marketing push.
I don't know.
There you have it, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games.
It's probably on Sony
guys, it was so great to see that long, uninterrupted demo of Rift Apart, and I have so many questions.
I have no idea.
It's amazing to see what you're doing with the power PS5 and the SSD. Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower enables us to fill our worlds with
it's a good final collection.
I think he knows there's a giant fly on the wall behind
more importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on.
This is like a scout. There's a turkey as well.
Is he literally in a record shop?
From planet to planet
like,
to planet.
He's got them alphabetized. I'm not want to talk about things being alphabetized, but like, he's got tabs and everything.
The Rift Tether, we saw
and he's got like a bookcase like you would see in a book. He's got a case in, like he's got in a...
You think it's one of them? It's like, all right, I need to do this. I'm doing it live. Like, you look around his house like, this is shit. Oh, there's a record store around the corner. I'll ask them.
Can I buy the whole
I'll put a few
unit?
pictures in the...
Can I
there is dimensional can I just stream from here for a couple of hours? Like, I'll just put a few pictures on the wall and make it look like it's my house.
And you can find these
is that a dual sense controller behind it by any chance?
Pull to you
that
with your Rift Tether.
Appears to be a dual sense controller.
Lasso a portal.
I mean, it makes sense for one of the developers of a PS5 game to have one in his house.
To find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I gotta say, like, when you see that and you imagine the jumping from multiple worlds instantaneously almost, and it sounds like there's no load screens throughout the entire game?
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow, all right. You bite so confident, both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask you about DualSense. That's something that is a big part of PS5. I've had a chance to hands on with the controller, with the triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet & Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet & Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet. But when you throw the Shatter Bomb, you can actually feel
I really think that the DualSense, until people get their hands on it, it's not really going to settle in.
The haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels
talking
different.
Talking about the feel of something is just a weird thing.
Of course,
like,
the adaptive trigger takes that to a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons.
Talk about the DualSense.
For example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barrel shotgun. You can pull the trigger
talking about the
down
haptic
until
feedback
you
of
hit
the controller
resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give those barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow. Did you hear that aspect, Chris?
I'm excited to see how you guys are going to
roll that out. If you've got like a double barrel shotgun, like a half pull will actually fire one barrel, but full pull fire both.
Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure. So it's one that even if you've never played a Ratchet & Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it.
That was my take on the first reboot. I hadn't played any previous games, hadn't seen the movie, but it was definitely a self-contained story.
See them all through a whole new light of multiple.
Yeah, I think that's all I'd ever expect it to be. This sort of game it is. Really I imagine it continues, but I'm not looking for anything like massive overarching like story progression from game to game.
You basically fall in love with the two characters because they're just like best friends going on adventures. You fall in love with the weapons, the fun gameplay, and the enemy's just like a wacky evil villain. So there's not really much to it outside of that. Just you do a lot of world hopping, interesting villains. You saw the piranha fish and the crazy rhinos and swords.
Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to, when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I gotta say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another
tease do seem to be
like
lingering on this game for a bit. Like,
I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I
mean, the bit that we're talking about, do we have a name for her? DualSense, but.
I mean, the world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right?
Ooh.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. Wow. I got to say, I mean, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun. And as you said, when you think of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting. Before we go, though, I think everyone around the world wants to know when we're going to get to play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now?
You get your hands on a better camera first.
Mike?
So Ratchet & Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
What kind of window? Is it big window? So no, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're going to get, I'm sure. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I got to say, Insomniac, we're so excited what you guys are doing across PlayStation, and the game looks incredible. So thank you so much for
there must be
all
one
you've
final
done,
thing.
and we look forward to seeing more of Rift
show,
Apart
right?
soon.
Yeah,
thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank or PlayStation 5, and that's going to do it for Opening Night Live. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned all weekend for more live Gamescom.
That's kind of an anticlimax.
As for us, we'll see you later this year for the Game Awards 2020. Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Oh, surely everybody knows you need to end on one final big thing. Thank you.
Considering how long the Ratchet & Clank section dragged as well.
Indeed.
It feels like that should have been in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this opens Gamescom 2020, so it's not over yet.
That's true. We've got a week worth of small things being fed to us by IGN, Damon Hatfield, and the rest of his crew as well over there. But in terms of the show itself, Richie, 2 hours of your life. What were your biggest takeaways?
I don't think there was anything new so much that jumped out at me. It was nice to hear a few more things out, things like the Star Wars games, the Lego game. The Star Wars block was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of... It was nice to see Chorus, but there's a lot of stuff that just looked kind of generic, to be honest. There's nothing that really wowed me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, again, I think the opening night, they've always said there's going to be a couple of announcements sprinkled in there, a couple of games that are coming out to certain platforms today, now, even go check them out. We knew we were getting updates at certain things leading into the show. I felt like we got a big Warcraft update and what they've got in the pipeline.
Yeah, that was cool.
We got some Destiny stuff. We saw a couple of games. I think the biggest thing for me as a Sounds of Stadia podcast host is I think the fact that I'd wager well over 50 to 60% of stuff we did see throughout this whole thing is coming to Stadia, and we know it is, and we can look forward to something.
Actually, I did say the Star Wars block was good. The Sims falls in the Star Wars block. Yeah,
there was a lot of Star Wars stuff that got me hooked, which it always was going to as well.
Yeah, as someone who doesn't play WoW anymore, the WoW stuff was definitely pretty awesome.
Yeah, same. For someone who's not played it, it definitely had me intrigued with that short animated footage as well. Sims, hyped for. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Saga, super excited for. But there wasn't really I didn't feel like that many new things. We saw a few things going into it, Dirt 5 and such. A couple of smaller games. We saw a bit more of Outriders as well from Square Enix, which we know is coming. Nothing surprisingly from Cyberpunk.
I still want to know more about that game.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff again. It's been just slow teased. So rating.
There's a few odd ones where it's like, what game was it? Where there's 10 seconds of footage. It was Godfall.
Yeah, Godfall was pointless.
I was just
know why that was.
He's 10 foot to he's 15 seconds of a fight, and then we're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, a fight they didn't even win.
Really?
It was just straight in, hack a shield for a few seconds. So few odd choices.
There was nothing around it. Yeah, there was nothing around it. It was just
few odd choices, but no doubt there are some things in there that we'll be discussing on this week's podcast.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you have hung around this long, thanks for hanging out with us while we watch the opening night live of Gamescom, hosted by Geoff Kieghley. Keep tuned to, I suppose, IGN for all the drops that are going to happen throughout the course of the week, and we will wrap up and summarise any Stadia-specific stuff or cloud gaming-specific stuff. This Monday, it'll go live to podcast services around the globe, and also youtube.com/Sounds of Stadia. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show and our reactions to it, whether they were Stadia specific or not. It's been great to have you with us. For everyone who tuned in and watched, have a great night. Any final words, Richie, you'd like to say? That's not a word.
Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the podcast. If you want us to get these cool mugs, support us on Sounds of Stadia. Patreon.com/Sounds of Stadia. And we'll look at getting the merch store set up at some point.
Yeah, definitely. But cheers, everyone.
Tell your friends.
Have a great night. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Monday for our podcast. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.